I think about 4 days ago, I did a video on Love and Deepspace, and it was titled "Love and Deepspace are trying to destroy their game." This goes over the hidden stealth price increase for one of their future upcoming outfits or packages or something like that. Don't remember specifics. Go ahead and watch that video if you want. So someone watched that video and then they decided they were gonna DM me and let me know, hey Stix, this is just the surface. It is actually so much worse than you thought, somehow. With this in mind, they did ask me to not show their identity on stream and in video, so I won't. But they did link me all of this concerning Love and Deepspace and how it is, or very well might be, one of the worst gacha games on the entire market. Predatory, filled with plagiarism, scamming. I mean, it's about to get down. We're about to get down and dirty, chat. Because naturally, it can only get worse, right, chat? It can't get better. All right, this is a 21-part Google Drive document that is based off of a major trending Facebook post. I can't link to the Facebook post because he did take a screenshot of it. Let me see. I'm gonna load this off stream real quick and see if I can find it. Okay, no, I actually found it. So here's the Facebook post he actually linked to. This is a legit Facebook post that was made on the Love and Deepspace Vietnam Facebook page with 114,000 members. It's got 241 likes, 30 comments, 50 shares, all the drama from Infold. Infold! So also Infinity Nikki, or those here specifically Love and Deepspace. Using the Chinese New Year on global platform, racism, insults and degradation of women, plagiarism, sexual related drama and PR. Okay, oh my God. Dude, this might be the most damning thing we've ever covered on stream. Holy crap. As of right now, there are no official documents of any governments admitting that Lunar New Year belongs to China. Furthermore, the phrase Chinese New Year is not even recognized. Publicly using the phrase Chinese New Year on social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter can be seen as cultural appropriation, deliberately stealing and misleading people that do not know about Lunar New Year and planting in their minds that the Lunar New Year belongs to China. Celebrated in many countries in Asia. So, okay, I'm gonna be honest, that's kind of a bit of a nothing burger to me. Okay, so they said the Chinese New Year. I mean, no. I mean, that's a bit of a stretch. Cultural appropriate? No, that's a stretch. I mean, that's just like saying, you know, America has a new year. Welcome to the American New Year. Welcome to the Australian New Year. This is a British New Year. Like, if you want to add your country in front of it, by all means. I don't think that's cultural. Come on. That's a bit of a stretch, though. That's a bit of a stretch. But let's continue. They might go into detail here. Why do we need to be against the term? When Chinese wish each other during the Lunar New Year, they use Spring Festival. The official translation of it is, well, China does not own the Lunar New Year. They've said lunar calendar originated in China, therefore it's called the Chinese New Year. Okay, so that makes sense. So they're claiming misinformation here. Solar New Year calendar originated from the Egyptian Gregorian, therefore we should call it the Egyptian Gregorian. Oh, okay. So this is basically just China claiming something that isn't theirs. They're saying we came up with the Chinese New Year, therefore it belongs to us and everyone should use the term Chinese New Year. That's what they're saying. I mean, you know, sure, that's a lie, that's misinformation, but that's just, they're patting themselves on the back. That's it. That's not bad. That's just a little bit disingenuous. It's not terrible. The lunar calendar is not originated, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm gonna skip that because I don't care. Yeah, I don't care about the Chinese New Year stuff. That's just, here we go. Racism. I'd like to say something as Vietnamese person here. As Vietnamese players, we've seen other Viets using slurs and bad language out of frustration, as well as affecting poses of Love and Deepspace boys with angry Facebook posts. Chinese people are racist, not only to Vietnamese, but also to Koreans and even threaten Japanese first. We have no problem with Love and Deepspace said Chinese New Year. This is a global platform. What we wanted was for the Chinese to be civil and respectful. Chinese players hate global players too, though. Like, let's be honest. Chinese players, global players, I feel like they're not on good terms with one another in almost any community. Okay. To counter the argument that we have registered Lunar New Year, so wait, they're still talking about the Lunar New Year stuff? Yeah, this is just them being very upset that Love and Deepspace decided to use the term Chinese New Year. Okay, so let's ignore those first 2 points. Insulting and the degradation of women, which is their main player base. I think this is where it's gonna get spicy, chat. Before we go any further, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are absolutely phenomenal, and I genuinely cannot thank you all enough for the support. This one's gonna get a little bit spicy. Infold has released statements degrading women who are the main contributors and players being delusional and stupid and deeming women's prices to be equal to the gifts they get from men. This has infuriated many Chinese women, and Infold was mentioned on a newspaper and Chinese social media platforms, making Infold apologize and delete their statements. Wait, what? It was publicized in the local news, and Infold had to actually make a public apology. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Holy shit. Okay, that is good. That is I mean, that's terrible. But this is juicy. Okay, yeah, we've got to the good stuff now. Plagiarism. Okay, this actually gets worse then. Disinformation was suppressed and ignored over time, but is still recognized by many players. Okay, let's also address the fact that Tower of Fantasy has also suffered from insane amounts of plagiarism. Hoyoverse with Genshin Impact, the Honkai Star Rail have also plagiarized. Zenless Zone Zero has even plagiarized. So, like, there are tons of different gacha games that have plagiarized, which is not okay, by the way. Not okay. Plagiarism can be seen through character designs and gameplay, specifically from the game Final Fantasy. Oh, so they just pulled everything from Final Fantasy? They just stole everything from Final Fantasy? Let me download this file real quick, chat, so I can enhance it using my, you know, special hacker abilities here. You know, in those crime shows where they use digital enhancement? That's what I just did. Xavier can be compared to 90% Cloud from Final Fantasy. I mean, okay, let's see. I mean, they're not wrong. Those are stark similarities. Wow. That does genuinely look like they put him through a copy paste. Holy crap. But that genuinely, yes, that is literally him. His entire jawline, ears, nose, eyes, brow location, just entire facial structure. That's crazy. Wow. Copying my homework potentially. Yeah, they just added different hair on him. But even that's kind of, you can even see this part right here, chat. Like, you see the bit of the hair that's dangling. I don't know if you can see where my mouse is. Let me post this into Paint real quick. So right here, you see this bit right here. Look at this bit right here. It's literally even the same bit of hair. Dude, that's crazy. Wow. Then they have the exact same like jawline here, right there. They have the same eye and brow area. Dude, that's wild. Holy crap. Oh, it's starting to get fun. Yeah, okay, let's see what's next. Zane looks like Noctis. Is that, oh man, okay, I know I could definitely see that too. Right here, holy crap. Dude, the similarities are crazy. Wow, these ones right there, wow. Okay. Silas looks like Sephiroth. That's gonna be difficult to, okay, you know what? Yeah, I could see that too. Well, if they just look a little, if Sephiroth just had a bit of a frown going on, holy crap. That's crazy. Okay, what else? Copying the logo from Light and Night. Oh, yep, I see that. Okay. This reminds me of the Tower of Fantasy thing where they copied Fate Grand Order and the Saint Quartz or whatever it was called from Fate Grand Order. You wasted so much money in this? I'm so sorry. Oh, more plagiarism! These are from Chinese players on Weibo relating to the plagiarism of the characters, from character designs to voice lines and expressions from the game Mr. Love Queen's Choice. Also from Infold and Captain America Civil War storyline. Wait, they ripped a story from Captain America Civil War? Okay, a metal robot arm and the main character are childhood friends. After joining the military, you become a colonel with a signature military hat, and then after that, you are used for many different experiments, leading to memories lost, but after reuniting with the main character, you suddenly remember after waking up from a nightmare. Who does it make you think of? Yeah, Bucky, the Winter Soldier, exactly. What the fuck? They literally ripped the whole story! What the? That's actually crazy. What? Like, they ripped an entire story arc from Captain America, dude. Oh my god, that's, oh, wow. Oh, it goes on. Same voice lines and story, okay. Both voice lines, word for word. It's me that's being emotional. Why are you blushing? Okay, so they're ripping entire voice lines and storylines from other games. This is directly from another game. In September 2024, there were repetitive allegations on Weibo and Facebook stating Love and Deepspace has plagiarized a scene in the famous BL manhwa Payback from expression to character to voice lines. Wow. This is later on suppressed by Infold by giving out 10 myth wish cards, allegedly. As of today, there is still no confirmation if this is simply an accident or on purpose, but this manhwa was translated illegally because China banned BL content, and translators of Payback cannot sue Infold. Many still argue that even though there could be a chance of big brains think alike, the word-by-word similarity of many sentences is impossible to consider a mere accident. So there numerous different sentences, like literally one after the other. They ripped entire segments of the manhwa and implemented it into Love and Deep. That's crazy, dude. So not only do they scam players, not only do they stealth increase prices, not only do they abuse their players, but then they also steal from other properties, other games, other manhwa as well. In the previous case, Captain America, because they lack any kind of creative talent. Okay. This is spicy. Damn. Goddamn. Info's gonna fall apart. They are. All right. Sexual drama. Oh. Okay. On global, Love and Deepspace is a 13+ game. However, their PR and marketing tactics are highly sexual and can affect players that are 13, 14, and 15 mentally. Okay, let's see what they have to say. Using real cosplayers for the BDSM and sexual themes with fun toys, equipment given to fans to actually touch the cosplayer, leading to the cosplayer getting hard mid-fest. Like, are we talking the cosplayer here got the opposite of flaccid? Infold gave their fans, and you could... This apparently continues. The cosplayer seen getting unflaccid by fans because people keep touching his fun bits, and he was in bondage with his legs spread out. Imagine if this was a woman. So that is actually disgusting. Like, I'm sorry, like, that is genuine. The fact that they put him into this position and then this happened to him, like, I can't imagine what will be going through his head. He's literally just a cosplayer sitting there, and they gave hundreds of women fucking goddamn dildos, dude, to use with him, and they were poking him everywhere. And he was wrapped up, tied up, and dude, that is great. What? How is that allowed? Like, genuinely and wholeheartedly, how is that okay and acceptable? Like, it's terrible to think about, but if we gender swap this, right? Like, if we actually take a moment here and say, let's make the guy a girl cosplayer, and you did those things to a girl, they would be raging in the streets. They would be burning Infold to the ground. You would be, like, they would be literally arresting people at the convention. Like, that is unacceptable. Horrifyingly disgusting. That is, just because it's a guy doesn't mean it's okay. This has been done in multiple other venues. Yeah, but this is for kids. It's literally PG-13. Like, this is actually PG-13, right? Content rating 12 plus, 13 plus. They're literally giving it to kids. That's the worst part. What's even worse than adults doing it? The fact that these are, you know, kids. It should be rated R. Yeah, the game, the convention. This is nasty. This should technically be illegal. Like, that should be illegal, right? We just want respect, and we really enjoyed the game. Please just be respectful, and all people with different ethnicities can live in harmony. Yeah. Oh my God. So that happened. That was actually genuinely a thing. Holy crap. That is messed up. That is legitimately one of the most disgusting. Like, there are tons of men and women in gacha games that, you know, love sexy characters, love really explicit scenes and everything. But at the end of the day, you know, it's all just a video game. This is a real guy that was bound and abused by hundreds of people, maybe thousands of people, that they themselves, the company, were promoting, and were letting these people just touch him and do weird things to him for the entirety of his his appearance there, and then publicly unflaccid. plus the plagiarism, plus the degradation and insulting of women. Oh my god. Oh man. What a clusterfuck that is. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment, so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.